Welcome to episode 12 of my Space Engineers solo Let's Play, folks. Um, I think I ended my sentence after the last one, but not too sure. So if I hung you on a word, I'm sorry, folks. Um, we're gonna come down here and get some energy. And I think we're gonna grab some steel plates and try to flesh out a tower. I mean, because that landing pad was pretty simple. But at some point, we're going to want to start building a cruiser with some jump drives. And I designed a cruiser in multiplayer and then revised it in creative, and it's called Widow. Uh, it's black and blue themed, not because it was pounded on, but um, I like black and blue. It's black and blue, um, but it's really cool. Um, they always say, whoops, imitation is the best form of flattery, and one of my friends decided to copy it, and since made some revisions on it, from what I hear, to make it his own. But it's kind of cool, huh? It's just a really neat design. I might do a build spotlight on the two different versions I have. I didn't like the first version because the way the cockpit came out. Whoa, where the heck? It's all you. So, you up there? You up there in Booger? I think you're up there in Booger. That is a lot. I did not know that I had that many. I'm gonna have to, like, definitely hook up some storage soon. That's probably one of the things that we should do almost immediately. Um, so real quick, let's see if we can get something fleshed out here. Probably don't want to go straight to the edge. It's not good building practice for expansion, so that seems kind of narrow. But we can trick, because we can go right there, and even though there's no platform there, that'll make it look like there is. And kind of square off the top here. Alright, let's see. Probably... I'm really not sure what we're going to stick in here. But I know I need extra room, so... maybe an O2 room and... well, actually... I have a couple ideas. I could actually put a hangar up here if I wanted to, I guess. But since that's elevated, it probably wouldn't be too slick to be like... boom, you know. That's it, I could put wheels on all my aircraft. Nah. What I'll do is I'll probably go 2 up on all of this, and then put a slant, and then go back, make it square, which would afford me a kind of like stubby building, but that's fine with me. And then I'll just make it stubby all the way around, and I'm going to leave that open until I figure out what the heck I want to do with it. So I'm sure that anybody watching this is probably, you know what, I just realized I have to curve these. Anyways, I'm sure anybody watching my Let's Play probably plays this game, and so I bet you all either have Let's Plays of your own, or you you play on your own. Whoops, tab. So I'm wondering what kind of ingenious little things that you guys have all done. In my multiplayer, I have my friends in my multiplayer. I have one of them that actually made a small ship grinder, welder, and miner all in one ship that just had what do you call it? Modular parts using small ship merge blocks, which is pretty neat. I thought it was really cool. It makes my kind of fetish for functionality. I worry about that because I'm worried about, okay, shouldn't you build separate ships, and that'll allow you to have ships optimized to do what you need them to do in the smallest form, and so on and so forth. Because I think smaller is better, right? Um, well, maybe not for capital ship production, but but I don't know, like it's just there's a lot of extra stuff on there, and I thought when I saw them, so when I saw it being used, and when I tried it myself, I just saw that it made the ship longer than necessary, and it was hard to see down the nose, so to speak, to see what you were doing, you know. But I do fly my ships mostly in third person mode, so it's kind of a moot point. All right, so what I think I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to carry this theme up and just cut out. That just happened to be in the right spot too. All right, so I'll just cut out one row, every other row I'll cut out, and replace it with glass, I guess. I could do that, assuming that I can make more glass. Um, yeah, and I mean that wouldn't be a bad hangar for small ships. Uh, but I fly in third person, so it would be a pain in the butt to see myself fly. It'd be a pain in the butt to do that if I do build it. I'm taking these off because if I do build it bigger, then I'm going to have to put a gap there so I can do the thing. Oh, and I should probably carry it over here for the glass, right? Since this side's visible. Doesn't make sense in the larger building down below, but it makes sense on this. Yeah, maybe glass just like that. Oops, did am I taking that out? I don't think so. I think he skipped school. Called in sick. Black no come to school today. Alright, so I'm gonna leave that for like that for now. Basically we really need to start working on our storage and our setup on the inside and our conveyor stuff on the inside. So basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have like a drop-off container. So and we're going to want it to be a large. So we're going to do that. I mean, well, at least we're gonna set that up. That takes some tiered plates just to place the skeleton. So let's check this out. We'll put that back and then bang bang, and then we'll take all those. Actually, don't I have thousands of all this stuff over here in that connector? Booger's connector? I think so. And I think it put it over there because it didn't think there was enough room in. Oh, it was closer than the container. Oh no. I have no idea why I put it over there. Let's just leave it at that. There we go. Alright, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're not going to place a glass right now, so, but we're going to, 1, 2, 3, whoops. Why? Oh, because I'm not in the container. Go back over to the container. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. And I know it takes displays. So we're going to need small steel tubes, motors, displays, computers. Oops. Let's see, displays, computers. And then I say a lot when I'm thinking. Have you noticed, guys? We'll take the rest of those just because they're all in the small container. I can't have them. Whatever. Oh, okay, so I need small steel tubes. So let's get a couple hundred of those going. And then, what else do I need? Computers, displays, motors, Don't I have like a bajillion motors somewhere? Thought I had like a bazillion motors somewhere. Yeah, okay. In the connector. One, two, whoops. That's all we can have. Oh well. Alright, so let's go find a place for our large containers. So we're going to have a little blah blah blah, a wall. So we're going to at some point we're going to have, let's see, actually go outside and see where it's feasible to have a drop-off. We're going to have a conveyor coming into the building from somewhere. Actually, you know what? Probably from over here, right? That's not bad because there actually looks like to be a natural, spot right there. And actually there's a flat pot there. And if necessary, I could build it up and include this flat part, and then that could be like an industrial area for industrial ships. And then I can build, and it looks like, it just falls off a cliff. So I actually can build like large ships out there and stuff. So it's going to be there. So let's go like this. And this will be our first drop off, or our first container. And I don't have the stuff I don't have the room. So we'll build a small container, which we should have all the parts of. Yes. And then, whoops, we'll drop all this stuff off so we have more room. Check our energy and oxygen, and we're fine. And we'll come in here and we're going to be putting our container down there. And these large containers are 3x3, in case you don't know. And I just realized that we could probably put it flush up against there, so then the opening for the container. Do we want to do that, or do we want to put the top flush here so you can come in and access the containers? Let's see if we can put it here without making the windows fly away. You gonna fly away? You gonna fly away? Okay. No? Okay. Stay there. Alright, so we're gonna put our first container here, I guess. Alright. So since it's gonna be at the top, it's gonna be even with the floor. We just need, oh wow, look at that energy. I am certainly in a far less social class than the Energizer Bunny. One thing that you also probably have noticed is that the inertial dampeners on the spacesuit are not as responsive as the ones on ships. So it takes a little bit longer to slow down. Well, a ship can take a really long time to slow down if you don't even the thrusters out and stuff like that. Hey, booger. But for the most part, they're supposed to be even all the way around in all directions. So they're not as good at slowing down as ships' thrusters are. Whoops, that is the wrong one. Alright, so we're going to put a skeleton down here on the floor of a base that our large container will sit on. And this will provide access to that large container through there, so we can put maybe a walkway and a conveyor tube with a connector at the end. So, or maybe we even put it right there, and then the ships can just back up to it and connect, which will work out really well. It'll save us some building materials. Let's see. I probably don't need that anyways. Alright, so what we'll do is drop it right in there with the control panel in the right direction, just because I want it to look nice and that way. Okay, so let's see. We are not even close to having the right stuff. We need a lot more interior plates, small steel tubes, and motors. So plates, motors, and, or excuse me, did I say plates, motors, and tubes? Plates, motors, and tubes. Okay. Let's see. They're all in booger, aren't they? Well, those aren't.